Nelson Mandela, anti-apartheid activist who served as the first president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. Nelson Mandela. Birthday, July 18, 1918. Cancer. Born in Mvezo, South Africa. Ironically, his baptized forename, Rolihlahla, meaning troublemaker, blended well with his personality over the growing years, as Nelson Mandela caused serious trouble to the government of South Africa, through this anti-apartheid movement, and revolutionary ways. Inheriting the proud rebelliousness and sense of fairness from his father, Mandela was raised in a Methodist Christian community. Ever since a young age, he was actively involved in anti-colonial politics, which led to his joining the ANC. The admittance was a historic one not only in the life of Mandela, but that of every countryman of South Africa, as it eventually led to a discrimination-free country, inspired by Gandhi, and committed to non-violent struggle. Mandela, however, moved to armed struggle after a phase of time. This was basically due to failure of non-violent protest against apartheid, and increasing repression and violence from the state. In his 67 years-long political career, Mandela led numerous movements, and was arrested, convicted and imprisoned various times, the longest being the 27 years life imprisonment. However, all the pain was worth it, as year 1994 marked the end of apartheid and holding of multiracial elections. What's more, Mandela became the inaugural president of the country, apart from being the first black South African to hold the office. Probably, this is why he is referred to by numerous titles, including the Father of the Nation, the Founding Father of Democracy, the National Liberator, the Savior. It's Washington and Lincoln rolled into one. The inspiring quotes by Nelson Mandela. Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. For a revolution is not just a question of pulling a trigger, its purpose is to create a fair, just society. Your victory has demonstrated that no person anywhere in the world should not dare to dream of wanting to change the world for a better place. We forgive, but not forgotten. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. There are few misfortunes in this world that you cannot turn into a personal triumph, if you have the iron will and the necessary skill. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. Success in politics demands that you must take your people into confidence about your views and state them very clearly, very politely, very calmly, but nevertheless, state them openly. Money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. Only free men can negotiate, prisoners can't enter in contracts. No single person can liberate a country. You can only liberate a country if you act as a collective. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. I could not imagine that the future I was walking toward could compare in any way to the past that I was leaving behind. It is music and dancing that make me at peace with the world. Lead from the front, but don't leave your base behind. Peace is the greatest weapon for development that any person can have. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. Once a person is determined to help themselves, there is nothing that can stop them. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. I have never cared very much for personal prizes. A person does not become a freedom fighter in the hope of winning awards. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. There is a universal respect and even admiration for those who are humble and simple by nature, and who have absolute confidence in all human beings irrespective of their social status. Quitting is leading to. Sometimes, it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. I am not an optimist, but a great believer of hope. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow of death, again and again, before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Know your enemy, and learn about his favorite sport. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it will be an inspiration. Don't forget to like and subscribe.